now we're going to work on Learn 2A on page 142. So we have there a circumference with a diameter of 28 centimeters. We only have the diameter and we need to find the value of the circumference. So what we're going to do, using our formula, we're going to say that C of circumference will be equal to pi times d, and d will be our diameter. So what we're going to do now, we're going to say that the value of pi here will be, I'm going to write that here, pi will be equal to 22 over 7. So what we're going to do now, we're going to substitute the value that we have in this formula. So instead of writing pi, we're going to write 22 over 7 times, and instead writing the d of diameter, we're going to write the value of our diameter, that in this case is 28. So what we're going to do next, instead of multiplying 22 times 27, we're going to make a division. 28 divided by 7 will be equal to 4. So we're going to have here 22 times 4. Then we're going to multiply that. 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times 4 is 8 again. So 88 centimeters will be the measure of our circumference. For exercise or for our learner 2B, we're having there bicycle wheel, and we're having not the diameter. There we're having just the radius, and the measure of our radius there is equal to 27.5 centimeters. So we're going to solve that activity using our formula for circumference, but instead having the diameter, we're going to use radius. So what will be there our formula? We're going to say that circumference will be equal to 2 times pi times radius. So what we're going to do now, we're going to substitute. In this exercise, we're going to use pi as 3.13. So this will be equal to half. 2 times 3.13, we're going to change this dot by the next, times the value of our radius. And our radius is 27.5, so we're going to write here 27.5. There. Now what we're going to do, using a calculator, we're going to write all this numerical expression, 2 times 3.14 times 27.5, and we're going to get 172.7 centimeters. And that way we find the circumference that we are looking for. Okay, now that we know the two ways to find a circumference, we're going to make those examples. So we need to find the circumference having here d, our diameter, that is equal to 12.5 centimeters with the given pi, that in this case we're going to use 3.14. So what we're going to do, we're going to write here our formula, circumference equal 2 times pi times radius, and circumference equal to pi times diameter. There. We need to remember both formulas to identify when we're going to use which of those formulas. So we're having there diameter. That means that we're going to use the second one. So here we're going to have circumference equal the value of pi, that will be 3.13 times the diameter, that is 12.5. Using a calculator, we're going to find that, and this will be equal to 39.25 centimeters. Now let's solve the second one. We're having their diameter equal to 7 centimeter and the value of pi is 3.14. So we're going to make the same. We're going to have here centimeter, we're going to have here circumference equal to the value of pi, that will be 3.14 times our diameter, that in this case is 7, so the value will be 21.98 centimeters. For those two, yeah, I made a change there. For those two, we're having now radius on both exercises, and our value of pi is 22/7. So what we're going to do, we're going to solve them without using the calculator. This one will be circumference equal which formula? The first one. So we're going to have here 2 times the value of pi, that will be 22/7 times our radius, that in this case is 13, so we're going to write here 14. We're going to divide the 14 with the 7, and 14 divided by 7 is 2. So what we're going to do now, our circumference will be equal to 2 times 22, that will be 44. 44 times 2 will be equal to 88, and our unit, that are the centimeters. Now we're going to solve the last one. We're having there a 10, so this will be circumference equal 2 times the value of pi, that will be 22/7 times our radius, that here is 10. Now, can we divide 10 by 7? No. So what we're going to do, we're going to make the multiplication, all the numerators. So our circumference will be equal to have 2 times 22 is 44. 44 times 10 is 440 over 7 centimeters. And there is it, our solution. One last thing about that formula. We're going to make a rearrangement in this formula for circumference using just the radius. 2 pi and r, they are multiplying to each other, so we can move those factors because it doesn't matter the order of the factor, the result will be always the same. So we're going to have here the circumference can be equal to 2 times r times pi. Now, what can you say about that expression 2 radius? 2 times radius. 2 times radius is something that you already know. 2 times radius is equal to diameter. So we can have here circumference is equal to diameter times pi. So that means that if you're having the radius, you also have the diameter. If our radius is 7 and you don't feel comfortable using that 7, you can use instead the radius, the diameter. And what will be the diameter of our circumference with radius 7? The diameter will be 14. Okay? So that is how this formula and the second formula are related because 2 and r makes diameter.